Shaq. At least try to take the game away from him. You come in and you stand around, you try to play a bang-bang game with that guy, you're going to get eaten alive. And that's what the Blazers have done.
Well, Portland may have to take a pace from Game 2 and what the New York Knicks are doing, become a strict team and start attacking that rim and don't play out on the perimeter.
And you can see Game 5 tomorrow night, prime time, 9 Eastern, here on NBC. That's tomorrow night at 9. 50-36, New York leads Indiana in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals with 2:44 left till halftime. Mark Jackson had it stripped away. Here's Allen Houston racing against Miller. Pulls up and scores.
Kurt Thomas again, the help defense. Initially, he shut down Reggie Miller's cut to the basket. He leaned over. That denied the pass. And then when Jackson came down the lane, Thomas batted that away, allowing Allen Houston to play his game.
You know, the Knicks are becoming aggressive like they were in the third quarter. Any ball that's available, they're trying to get their hands on it. Jackson. Nice drive.
Jackson with the runner. And you saw the graphics. New York before the Jackson basket enjoying their biggest lead of the 2000 playoffs. And can they avoid some of those letdowns we've seen from them in the past?
This was a team that we thought was decimated coming into today's performance. They're looking clearly the superior team as Sprewell continues the roll.
Does that look like a man that's got a broken foot, I ask you?
No. They might want to reread that MRI.
No, they better leave it the way it is. The attitude of Jeff Van Gundy, you heard his father speak and say, you know, you got 5, you got to play, and that's what he is making them do. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We got to find a way to be a factor in the ball game. Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose getting his first field goal, only his third point of the first half. That's after he went off in the fourth quarter in Game 3, wound up with 26 points, 22 in that final period.
But Larry Bird was the first to admit that those were concession points, and the game was well out of hand. The final score not indicative of the Knicks' domination.
Houston for 3. Allen Houston has 11, and Charlie Ward again getting the ball where it needs to be. Final minute of the half.
The Pacers' decision-making defensively has left a lot to be desired.
Two to shoot. Davis. And Charlie Ward skies for the rebound. Charlie Ward has been amazing throughout the playoffs.
Larry Bird talked about the soft crowd. This crowd as hard as can be. As loud as it's been all year long here in New York.
The kick ball will recycle the shot clock to 14, which actually works in New York's favor here.
Well, it's an inspirational play that's given this crowd something to get involved in, and they're trying to show the Knicks they appreciate them and send them in with a big shot of energy.
What hasn't worked in New York's favor this half?
Sprewell will hold for what he thinks will be the final shot, a quick one.
Kurt Thomas. And the Pacers have a chance to get the final shot of the half if they hurry. 2 seconds. Jackson had it knocked out of bounds as the first half comes to a close. New York shooting 67% in that first half, with the fast break points heavily in their favor, and getting Kurt Thomas with a tremendous contribution off the bench. And New York with 4 players in double figures, great balance, and the first half ends with the Knicks in command by 17. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. 9 points for Latrell Sprewell. Latrell, how's your foot? And did they read that MRI right?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I figured once I get loose, you know, it'll be okay. You know, what can I say? I've been getting a lot of treatment. That's really helped me.
The pace of this game, you guys have been up and down the court. Can you continue that in the second half?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, we're really shooting the ball well. We're getting good quality shots. We're moving, looking for one another, and that's been the difference.
You're shooting 68%. Can you guys continue to get all those points in the paint, 26?
Well, we don't expect to shoot that well, but the one thing we can control is how we defend guys. So we're going to come out and keep trying to get steals and keep being aggressive on the offensive end.
Appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half. All right, Tom, back over to you.
Thank you, Jim Gray. Sprewell with 9 points at halftime. Larry Johnson 12, Houston 11, Ward 10, Kurt Thomas with 12, an all-round New York effort that's carried them to a